Have you ever seen the confession tape, Sean? Have you ever seen him confess?
I saw a clip of him in the interrogation room. As far as the full confession video, I have not seen. No.
We have some of that confession video here. Is that something you'd be willing to look at with us? Or do you...
I would be interested to view that, yeah.
The day this happened, when did you decide that you were going to kill this person?
Probably before she got in the car, because I was just looking for somebody to kill. I got out of the car. When I got out of the car, I had a knife sitting there beside my leg. I grabbed it and walked around to where she was at.
It's hard, huh?
Not for him. For his victims. It took me a long time to... It took me a long time to stop feeling sorry for him. I was feeling bad for the wrong person. I've never seen this picture before. Why we were laughing so much, I don't know. I can't remember, but that's a good picture. I have good memories of me and him. I mean, that's one thing you can't take away from somebody is their memories, and I wouldn't throw away our good memories because of what he ended up being and what he ended up doing. I love him. He was my big brother. He was a good older brother. He learned at an early age that if there was something that he wanted, regardless of if it was his or not, he would just go get it, take it. It always fascinated me that he didn't care if they knew that he took it, but he would take it anyway. And he would take anything. There was a couple of girls our age that each had a bike. 3 sisters, 3 different bicycles, and Patrick had convinced me that we should steal their bikes.
All we need to do is switch the parts, and they won't know they're the same bikes.
I thought that was a foolproof plan. They're never going to know that these are their bikes. Being a younger brother, it was difficult to say no to Patrick. And it was maybe a couple of hours that we were out there riding our new bikes, and a short time later, the sheriff showed up. I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified. I didn't want to go to jail. Patrick, on the other hand, it didn't affect him.
Where'd these bikes come from?
You could tell, looking at him, that he didn't think it was wrong.
When we would go to visit people that had kids, Patrick was crazy about cars, Matchbox cars. We would have to check his pockets before we left because he would put the cars or anything else that he wanted in his pockets. And he couldn't understand, why he can't take these things. It never registered with him. that they don't belong to him.
I remember her saying to us that if you guys want to act like criminals, then you're going to eat like criminals. And that night for dinner, we got a glass of water and 2 slices of bread. We had to spend the whole weekend in our room. We couldn't go outside and play, and it didn't bother him. It didn't bother him. I don't think any punishment that he got was a deterrent for him. I knew what was right and what was wrong, and I don't think he ever had that mechanism in his brain to tell him what was and what wasn't. I remember the time that Patrick convinced me to get into a closed trunk.
I don't know if I want to play this game.
Come on, don't be a baby, it's fun.
He said he would only keep me there for a couple of seconds.
All you need to do is get inside and count to 100.
You'll let me out if I get scared?
Yes, I'll let you out if you get scared. Promise.
So I agreed to do it. I got into the trunk. He wouldn't let me out. Terrified me. Absolutely terrified me. It was hot. Not much air left in there when you're screaming and yelling. He kept me in there for a while. He was grabbing the handles and shaking it. My father was at work. It was just me and him at the house. Basically, I had to wait for him to open it. Very traumatic. He eventually let me out. But if he had sympathy, I don't think he did. I can't think of any time that there was sympathy. I don't recall ever him apologizing about anything to me. Ever.
He was so depressed when he was younger, and he didn't seem to enjoy doing anything. I worried about him all the time.
You mean there's nothing more you can do?
I took him to a psychologist, and after a few visits, the doctor told me, you don't have to bring him back because he won't talk to me.
Patrick, please, you need to tell me what's going on.
I would ask him, why do you do this? Why do you do these things? And he didn't have an answer, or he wouldn't answer. I tried, but there was nothing I could do to help him.
I'll never know what pushed him over the edge, but I know once he got over to the other side of the edge, there was no way to get out. The older he got, the bigger his crimes got. It was so easy for him to just pick a house out in a neighborhood and go, I'm going to break into it. As simple as me getting up and going, well, I'm going to wear a blue shirt today. I look back now and I don't think it was ever about the money for him. I think it was the rush of just doing the stealing. It didn't matter who it affected. The older he got, he needed more. He needed that bigger fix. I can't tell you how many times, from the time he went into juvenile for the first time to the last time he was on death row, how many times between he was in and out of jail. I can't even begin to tell you. I mean, he didn't care. It just baffled me that it didn't faze him. Sheriff asked me to come with him, and I asked him why, and he said that there's suspicion that I broke into a couple of the houses.
Were you anywhere near that house?
No, I wasn't at all.
Money was taken, stereo equipment. They saw a blonde-haired kid in the area. I had blonde hair.
I didn't steal anything. I would never do that.
They wanted to take prints of my sneakers. And if they matched the ones that we got from the crime scene, you're going to be charged with breaking and entering. It scared the hell out of me. I knew I didn't do this. The whole time, Patrick was waiting outside. When we got out of the sheriff's department, he admitted that he did it.
How did my shoes end up there?
Because I wore them.
That it was him that had broken into the houses, and that he had used a pair of my sneakers.
I could have been arrested. Yeah, but you weren't.
I was furious. I'm looking at him in his eyes, thinking, why? Why are you doing this? Could have turned him in as soon as he told me that it was him. And I didn't. I don't know why. I don't know why I protected him. They dropped the charges against me because my sneakers didn't match. The fact that I had two pairs of sneakers and the ones that I was wearing were not the ones that he used kept him going to jail. You look back now and you wonder, well, what if I did get charged for it? He stepped up and said, hey, it wasn't my little brother, it was me. I don't know. I can't remember my mother's reaction after, but they did argue about what he did, his actions. She knew it was him. She knew it was him.
You're still doing this. What is wrong with you?
There were arguments, a lot of arguments. There was one time that I was really afraid of him.
I didn't raise you to do this. Don't walk away from me. I am talking to you, Patrick.
I had followed him into his room.
I am so sick of this.
I was yelling. He was yelling.
Look at me.
And there was a baseball bat in there. He holds it up, and just for a split second in his eyes, I could tell that he wanted to hit me with that. Just a split second. And then it was gone. And he put the bat down. I think that was the only time that I was ever afraid of him.
Patrick was in jail in Georgia. My father had gotten a new apartment, and it was going to be a new fresh start for me and my father. One day, I got a knock on the apartment door, and I opened it up, and it was Patrick.
Hey, Sean.
Patrick? I had not seen Patrick for 3 or 4 years. He said, I just got out of jail in Georgia, and I'm up here to make a new start.
I wonder if I could stay with you and Dad. Of course.
Every time I saw my brother after him getting out of jail for a long period of time, it was always good to see him.
Of course. Thanks, man.
I always wanted to give him another shot. It was my brother. But it's hard to be happy because you know he's only going to be out for a little bit. He was never out longer than maybe a year and a half.
So what do you think then?
My father said, okay, these are the rules. You don't steal, you don't lie, you get a job. And Patrick said, okay.
I promise.
All right. So Patrick moved in, and things were good. For a while. He met a girl in the apartment building. They instantly fell in love.
love you so much.
It wasn't long after that she announced that she was pregnant with twins, a boy and a girl. And that was the happiest I had ever seen Patrick, ever. But in the back of my head, I knew it was just a ticking time bomb. That's when things started changing. He became very, very obsessive with trying to get her back, because she still was gonna give birth to a son.
I can make this work. I can make this work.
He wasn't coming home each night as much as he used to. Where he was going, I don't know. But I don't think me or anybody else had any idea what was gonna happen. He went from the happiest guy in the world to the evilest person I know in such a short amount of time. And I didn't expect what he did.
I know I can change. I can make this work.
His girlfriend had pushed him away, and he couldn't handle that.
You will never change.
He started acting differently. He wanted to hang himself. He tied a rope around the ceiling and tied the other end of the rope around his neck.
Come on, come on, come on. You can do it.
They waited several minutes.
Come on, come on.
But he chickened out. He couldn't kill himself. Had he not chickened out, a little girl had gotten into the elevator with him, and something happened. I believe something clicked in his head. He had just recently lost his daughter, and then this little girl got into the elevator. He attempted to strangle her. With her screams, and the elevator stopped, and on the floor that she was going to, she was able to get away. It was a lot different from shoplifting, stealing cars. Now he's almost taken the life of another human being. The police showed up. He was arrested. Patrick went to Bridgewater State Institution, and it was probably 4 days later that my father had informed me that we were asked to leave the apartments because of Patrick's actions. That was it for me. That was my final straw. It was the first time that I said, I hate him and I don't want anything to do with him. And that was it. I didn't see him for a couple years after that. My father moved in with his girlfriend. I moved back down to Georgia. Met a wonderful woman. We started a family and we moved down south. Found a good job, got into a trade. Things were going great. Until you get that knock on the door. He would come over, me and Patrick, we would have a couple of beers, cook dinner. That was only because he was my brother. I mean, had he just been some friend, I would have given up on him a long time ago, but I didn't see any of that dark side from him. I went back to that, I think I can help him this time mode. That's when I started having brotherly talks, little brother talking to big brother finally about life and what you gotta do to get yours in order.
I'm rooting for you. I want to help. Just stay out of trouble and you can have a normal life.
And I got the same answer that I got all the other times was, this is gonna be it, Sean. I'm gonna get my life together.
Don't say it if you don't mean it.
I'm serious. I mean, I've made my mistakes. I've paid my dues. I've become a better man because of it.
Things were going good. He got a job at a dealership. He was making good on Christmas. The holidays were really good. Those were good times. At first. But he started getting weird again. Looking back now, maybe I knew that I would never fix him. You know, you can't help somebody that doesn't want to help themselves. There was a night he had come down to the house, upset.
Patrick, calm down. Talk to me. What happened?
He was breathing heavy. He was, real jittery.
Patrick, what happened?
He had rear-ended a woman.
Is she okay? Yeah, she's fine. It was just a fender bender.
He left the scene of the accident because he was afraid that he would get arrested because he'd had a couple of beers and he didn't want to go to jail. Put my hand on his shoulder and, just calm down, relax. It's going to be okay. And she's not hurt. It was just a simple fender bender. And I talked him down for a few minutes to get him to relax.
You are not going to prison.
Okay.
To this day, I still question my judgment, not convincing him to go to the police about the rear end. I was concerned because what he had done was against the law. But I thought it was him taking responsibility for his actions. Sort of. He knew what he did was wrong, but he didn't want to go back to jail. At that point, he hasn't been arrested for stealing, hasn't been arrested for breaking into any houses. I got him calmed down, and that was it. I never heard about the girl afterwards. It was forgotten. I remember going, no way. No, that's not... No. There's no way that Patrick did that. And that was just the first body.
Detectives came to the door, and Patrick was in his room. I didn't know what they wanted. I went to get Patrick, and I asked Patrick, why are they here? And he didn't know, he said. I'm thinking that, it can't be too bad, maybe another break-in or, something like that. The next morning, I called the police and asked them if they had arrested. And they told me yes, and I said, what are the charges? And she said, murder. And I said, no. I said, you've got the wrong kid, that can't be. And she said, yes, it is. I was in shock. I couldn't believe it, it just, break-ins, yes, but not murder.
And over the years, I would get calls from my mother. St. Patrick's in jails again. Patrick's arrested again. But that call, that was definitely different. She was very upset. I remember going, no way. No, that's not... No. There's no way that Patrick did that. And that was just the first body. We put on the news and really found out the full aspect of what was going on.
This case, officers say, is just one of 4 that Lewis says he has something to do with. He has confessed to killing 2 women in Mobile and 2 women here in Metro Atlanta.
All those years, it was just breaking into cars, breaking into houses. For him to go from that to murdering It was absolutely shocking.
It was on Metropolitan Parkway where the confessed alleged serial killer says he picked up at least one of his victims. He even told officers where to find the murder weapon to one of his alleged crimes.
This is the one that they found in Atlanta, in my uncle's home. I didn't know it was that big.
Investigators found the knife in good condition and will likely be testing it to see if it was used to commit more than one murder, because Lewis has confessed to yet another.
I don't think it was too long after he was arrested that he confessed to everything.
The day this happened, when did you decide that you were going to kill this person?
Probably before she got in the car, because I was just looking for somebody to kill, so pretty much.
She needed to look somewhat like his ex-girlfriend. Brown hair, a little bit long. I believe all the girls fit that profile.
She was just there. It wasn't like I planned.
I believe one of the women was 8 months pregnant. That sent chills down my spine.
That's why I pulled a knife out of her. I told her, don't scream, don't just do what I say and I won't hurt you.
I didn't want to believe it, but it's kind of hard not to when the words are coming out of his mouth.
Show me. Thank you.
I had to hold her hair and I had the knife right here. She was walking. And you walked right towards walking right to us. You choked her.
He just didn't care. I just can't listen. He just didn't care. I don't ever want to see that again. I think everybody that knew him probably stepped back and went, where were the signs at? Was there something that we missed?
Patrick, calm down. Please.
The night that he came to the house after rearing in the girl, I later found out that it was not an accidental rear end, that he had stalked her. I had no clue. And I don't think that my mother questioned where he was or how late he was staying out. Maybe she knew something was happening, motherly instincts. I don't know.
There was one thing now that I think about it. I went to use the washing machine, and he had clothes in the washer, and even his shoes, his sneakers, were in the washer. I took his clothes out of the washer, put them in the dryer, and I didn't really think anything about it. It just didn't dawn on me that anything was wrong.
How did you feel when you found out he was sentenced to death?
I was happy. I was happy that he was going to get what he deserved. The victims' families, and I can't speak for them, but I believe for them justice is going to be served by him being on death row and dying in the electric chair. Real hard to understand how she could choose him over me. This picture is Christmas of '92. My mother's in the middle, Patrick's on the right, and that is me on the left. It's clear that my mother's very happy in that picture. But to see him in that now, knowing that he had already started killing, to see his arm around my mother, knowing that those hands did horrible things, it's a very strange feeling. It's strange to be looking at his eyes in that picture. People always talk about how pretty his eyes were. But I see those courtroom photos. Those eyes are just pure evil.
If I could have changed places with him at any time, I would have. And he knew that. He knew I loved him. There was never any doubt. Nothing was ever going to change that.
Did Patrick ever tell you why he did it?
It wasn't a choice for him. He said it was an urge that he felt. That he had to. And he told me later on that he wondered, why him? Why not somebody else? Why was he this way?
Did he seem remorseful when you would talk to him?
No, he didn't. He had no feelings at all.
I thought she was insane. I absolutely couldn't. I couldn't believe it. I kept asking her, Mom, move up here. Please come up. Please move up and be with your family.
You know I have to be here for him.
She was obsessed. She was consumed with making sure that he had everything that he needed.
So can you come with me, please?
I couldn't turn my back on him. Not even with the awful, horrible things he did. Unconditional love is the only way I can explain how a mother feels. It's how I felt. No matter what, I was going to love him. I still do.
I didn't understand that. In my mind, she chose a serial killer over me. And that angered me for many years. I just didn't want anything to do with her. And that was it. Several years went by. No contact at all. Nothing. But it was always, the quicker that he can die, the quicker I can get my mother back. Patrick, you've had her long enough. You have consumed her life over the last several years. That may sound greedy on me, but I wanted my mother.
He had been to the doctor that day, and he found out that the cancer had spread, and there was just no hope. We had a really good conversation. I told him, I was sorry that I couldn't have done more. And he told me that I did more than any mother would have. And I knew he loved me, and he knew I loved him. And it was just a great conversation.
I'm glad that she had the opportunity to hear him say that she did all that she could. That's good to know. But I absolutely felt ripped off after I found out that Patrick died. Because I was going to go to the execution, and I absolutely felt robbed of that opportunity.
Why did you want to watch it?
Just to see it finally end. I believe in the death penalty, and I believe that he deserved it. Even after Patrick had died, I still didn't want to talk to her. Since he's passed, she has continued to live there, 1,100 miles away from me and the rest of me. I understand a mother's love for her child because of my mother. I learned what that bond was because of my mother and Patrick. And that's one of the main reasons that I started talking to her again. Is a long time not to see a picture or anything. I had no idea what she looked like. It's been a long time since I've talked to her about him.
That was one of his birthdays.
He looked happy.
Yeah, he did.
Hopefully it'll be my time now and we could start having a life together.
Out on a lot. Seeing my grandkids grow up. Last time I saw them, they were kids. Now they're adults.
I helped a lot of reindeer for all those years, and I don't anymore. I've let it all go. It stinks that we lost 12 years, but hopefully after this we can move on. I've learned a lot. I'm not ashamed of who I am. I'm not ashamed of my family. I'm hoping we still have a lot of time left. It'd be nice to have some good memories. I can't remember the last time I had one with my mom in a long time, so I'll do whatever it takes.